When people think about Indonesia, they often picture Bali's beaches, Jakarta's skyline, or the ancient temples of Yogyakarta. But very few realize that one remarkable place has been quietly shaping history, empowering generations, supplying masterpieces to every continent, powering millions of homes, and protecting one of the richest marine ecosystems on Earth. That place is Jepara. Nestled along the northern coast of central Java, Jepara is far more than just another regency on Indonesia's map. It is where courage found a voice. It is where wood became world-famous art. It is where islands rise from crystal blue seas. It is where tradition meets innovation. And once you truly discover Jepara, you may never look at Indonesia the same way again. Because this is not simply the story of a region, this is the story of resilience, creativity, identity, and dreams that continue inspiring millions. Welcome to Jepara, a place where every wave carries history, every carving tells a story, every family preserves generations of craftsmanship, every sunrise reminds people that greatness does not always begin in the biggest cities. Sometimes it begins in quiet places that refuse to be forgotten. Located in central Java province, Jepara covers approximately 1,004 square kilometers along the Java Sea. Its strategic coastal location has connected civilizations for centuries. Long before modern Indonesia existed, Jepara served as an important maritime gateway where traders from China, Arabia, India, and Europe exchanged not only goods but also ideas, cultures, and traditions. This long history transformed Jepara into a melting pot of creativity that still defines its character today. Even the origin of Jepara's name reflects its fascinating past. Historians believe the name evolved from ancient terms such as Ujung Para, Ujung Mara, and Jumpara before gradually becoming the Jepara we know today. Each variation points to its position as a prominent coastal frontier where land met the sea and local communities connected with the wider world. Yet among all the stories that began here, none has echoed louder through Indonesian history than the birth of one extraordinary woman. Jepara is the birthplace of Raden Ajeng Kartini. Her name has become synonymous with hope, education, equality, and women's empowerment throughout Indonesia. Born in Jepara in 1879, Kartini challenged the limitations placed upon women during her era. While many accepted tradition as destiny, Kartini dared to imagine something greater. She believed education was not a privilege reserved for a few, but a right that could transform society. Through heartfelt letters written to friends in Europe, she expressed dreams of freedom, opportunity, dignity, and equal access to knowledge. Those letters would later become one of Indonesia's most influential literary collections. Her ideas inspired generations long before Indonesia achieved independence. Today, every year on Kartini Day, Indonesians celebrate not only a national heroine, but also the enduring belief that education changes lives. And it all began here, in Jepara, where one young woman's determination continues inspiring millions of girls to pursue their dreams. But Jepara's contribution to humanity extends far beyond its history. Walk through its towns and villages, and you will immediately notice something extraordinary. Wood is everywhere, not merely as construction material, not simply as furniture, but as living art. Jepara has earned international recognition as the World Carving Center, a title built upon centuries of unmatched craftsmanship. Generations of artisans have transformed ordinary timber into breathtaking masterpieces that combine precision, patience, and imagination. Every curve, every flower, every leaf, every mythical creature, every geometric pattern, every handcrafted detail reflects countless hours of dedication. Creating one masterpiece often requires weeks, months, or even years. Each carving represents not only artistic excellence, but also inherited knowledge passed from parents to children across generations. Visitors often describe Jepara's workshops as open-air museums where history is carved before their eyes. Across Europe, America, the Middle East, Australia, and Asia, luxurious hotels, elegant residences, government buildings, museums, and palaces proudly display furniture crafted in Jepara. Dining tables, cabinets, doors, windows, decorative panels, luxury beds, religious sculptures, architectural ornaments, entire interior designs. Many people admire these masterpieces without ever realizing they originated from this quiet coastal regency. This global reputation has transformed Jepara into one of Indonesia's leading furniture export centers, contributing significantly to the national economy while preserving traditional craftsmanship that few places in the world can still maintain. Yet Jepara refuses to be defined by only one industry. Its creative spirit reaches even further. Many visitors are surprised to discover that Jepara is also one of Indonesia's hidden fashion capitals. The village of Troso has become nationally famous for producing beautiful hand-woven textiles known as Troso Ikat. Every fabric is woven using techniques perfected through generations. The colors are vibrant, the patterns are distinctive, the craftsmanship is meticulous. Motifs inspired by local culture continue evolving alongside contemporary tastes. Designs such as Misrizna, Ukiah Rantai, Mawa bamboo, and several commemorative motifs demonstrate how tradition and innovation can coexist beautifully. Today, these woven fabrics appear in fashion collections, cultural events, formal ceremonies, and international exhibitions. Alongside textile production, Jepara also thrives in garment manufacturing, embroidery, jewelry making, and especially its famous Monel accessories. Monel jewelry crafted in Jepara has gained popularity across Indonesia thanks to its elegant appearance, durability, and affordable craftsmanship. Gold jewelry workshops further enrich Jepara's growing creative economy. This remarkable diversity proves that Jepara's talent extends beyond wood. Its people possess an extraordinary ability to transform raw materials into objects of beauty. But perhaps Jepara's greatest surprise lies far beyond its mainland. Scattered across the Java Sea are emerald islands, surrounded by waters so clear they appear almost unreal. Welcome to Karimunjawa, one of Indonesia's most breathtaking hidden paradises. Imagine white sand beaches untouched by crowds, turquoise lagoons shimmering beneath tropical sunlight, healthy coral reefs stretching beneath crystal clear water, sea turtles gracefully swimming through vibrant marine gardens, schools of colourful fish dancing around coral formations, mangrove forests protecting fragile coastlines, spectacular sunsets painting the horizon with shades of orange, pink, and gold. This is Karimunjawa, an archipelago consisting of dozens of islands that collectively protect one of Indonesia's richest marine ecosystems. Divers from around the world travel thousands of kilometers to experience these underwater landscapes. Snorkelers discover thriving coral gardens only meters from the shore. Nature lovers enjoy hiking through protected forests where wildlife flourishes in relative isolation. Fishermen continue traditions inherited from generations before them, demonstrating a sustainable relationship between humans and nature. Karimunjawa reminds us that Indonesia's greatest treasures are often hidden far beyond its busiest tourist destinations. While millions flock to famous beaches elsewhere, Jepara quietly preserves a paradise that still feels wonderfully authentic. Yet another chapter of Jepara's story rarely receives international attention: energy. Modern Indonesia depends upon reliable electricity to power homes, hospitals, schools, factories, transportation systems, and digital infrastructure. Jepara plays an important role in that mission. The Regency hosts several major coal-fired power plants that contribute electricity to the interconnected grid, serving Java, Bali, and Madura. Because of this strategic contribution, Jepara once earned the nickname the Energy City. Although conversations about energy continue evolving toward cleaner and more sustainable solutions worldwide, Jepara's existing infrastructure has undeniably supported economic development and daily life for millions of Indonesians over many years. This reflects another side of Jepara that many outsiders never see. It is not only preserving history, it is also helping build the future. The true strength of Jepara, however, cannot be measured only by exports, tourist destinations, or industrial achievements. Its greatest treasure has always been its people. Families who patiently carve wood until every detail becomes perfect. Weavers who preserve ancient techniques despite rapid modernization. Fishermen who understand the rhythms of the sea. Entrepreneurs who introduce local products to global markets. Teachers who continue Kartini's dream by educating future generations. Artists who believe beauty deserves patience. Children who grow up surrounded by creativity, tradition, and ambition. Every community contributes another chapter to Jepara's living story. That is why Jepara feels different. It does not chase attention, it earns admiration. Its beauty is authentic rather than manufactured. Its reputation is built through generations rather than trends. Its identity grows stronger because its people continue protecting what truly matters. In today's world, where viral moments often disappear within days, Jepara reminds us that lasting greatness is built slowly, one carving at a time, one lesson at a time, one family at a time, one generation at a time. Perhaps that is why Jepara continues capturing the hearts of everyone who visits. You arrive expecting beautiful furniture. You leave carrying unforgettable memories. You come searching for beaches. You discover centuries of history. You admire handcrafted art. You uncover stories of courage. You explore islands. You find inspiration. And maybe that is Jepara's greatest masterpiece. Not the furniture exported across oceans, not the famous woven fabrics, not even the spectacular coral reefs. Its greatest masterpiece is the way it teaches every visitor an unforgettable lesson: that extraordinary places do not always announce themselves loudly. Sometimes they whisper. Sometimes they wait patiently. Sometimes they simply continue creating beauty while the rest of the world slowly catches up. Jepara has given Indonesia a national heroine whose ideas transform society. It has introduced world-class craftsmanship admired across continents. It has preserved marine ecosystems that rank among Southeast Asia's most beautiful natural treasures. It has strengthened the nation's creative industries. It has supported economic development through manufacturing, fashion, tourism, and energy. And through it all, Jepara has remained proudly connected to its roots. So the next time someone asks you where Indonesia hides one of its greatest untold stories, remember this name, Jepara, a place where history inspires courage, where every carving preserves centuries of wisdom, where every woven thread carries cultural identity, where every island celebrates nature's perfection, where tradition and innovation walk side by side, and where one remarkable community continues, proving that true greatness is never measured by size. It is measured by the legacy left behind. Because Jepara is not simply a destination, It is an inspiration. It is a living masterpiece. And once the world truly discovers Jepara, it will never be overlooked again. There is another side of Jepara that many travellers never experience. Wake up before sunrise, and you will witness fishing boats slowly returning to shore as the first golden light spreads across the Java Sea. Markets begin to fill with the fresh catch of the day, while local vendors prepare traditional breakfasts that have nourished generations. The rhythm of life here is calm, deliberate, and deeply connected to the sea. For centuries, the ocean has shaped Jepara's identity. It has provided food, opened trade routes, inspired artists, and connected this coastal region with distant civilizations. Chinese merchants once sailed these waters. Arab traders introduced new ideas and cultures. European ships anchored along its coastline. Every arrival left behind traces that blended with local traditions, creating a cultural identity unlike anywhere else in Indonesia. This exchange of cultures did not erase Jepara's traditions. Instead, it enriched them. You can see this influence in architecture, in decorative patterns carved into furniture, in culinary traditions, and even in local celebrations that continue to preserve memories of centuries past. Food itself tells another remarkable story. Jepara's cuisine reflects its coastal heritage and agricultural abundance. Fresh seafood is naturally at the heart of many local dishes, prepared with recipes carefully preserved through generations. Families gather around meals that combine simple ingredients with rich flavors, proving that extraordinary taste does not always require extravagant techniques. Traditional markets become more than places to shop. They become living museums where recipes, customs, and conversations pass naturally from one generation to another. Every spice has a purpose. Every ingredient carries history. Every family recipe represents decades, sometimes centuries, of shared memory. Culture in Jepara is not locked away inside museums. It lives in everyday life. Children still learn traditional values from their parents and grandparents. Communities continue celebrating local ceremonies that strengthen relationships among neighbours. Artisans teach apprentices with patience, understanding that true mastery cannot be rushed. There are no shortcuts to excellence. That philosophy can be seen in every corner of Jepara. A master woodcarver may spend years perfecting a single technique. A weaver may dedicate countless hours to completing one exceptional textile. A jewelry maker may repeat the same delicate movement thousands of times before a single piece reaches perfection. In today's fast-paced world, Jepara reminds us that quality is often the result of patience. This mindset has helped Jepara remain competitive even as technology transforms global industries. While machines can produce furniture quickly, they cannot replicate the subtle imperfections that reveal the touch of a human hand. Collectors around the world recognize this difference immediately. Each handmade carving carries its own personality. Each finished piece reflects the character of its creator. That authenticity has become one of Jepara's greatest strengths. As global consumers increasingly appreciate sustainable craftsmanship and handmade products, Jepara's traditions have become even more valuable. Young entrepreneurs are now combining digital technology with centuries-old craftsmanship. Furniture, once sold only through local workshops, now reaches international customers through online platforms. Designers collaborate with artisans to create modern collections while respecting traditional carving methods. This balance between heritage and innovation allows Jepara to remain relevant in an increasingly competitive global economy. Tourism has also evolved. Visitors no longer come only to purchase furniture. Many now seek experiences. They want to walk through carving villages. They want to observe skilled artisans transforming blocks of wood into intricate masterpieces. They want to learn how traditional textiles are woven. They want to explore hidden beaches, snorkel above colorful coral reefs, and experience authentic village life away from crowded tourist destinations. Jepara offers all of this without losing its identity. Unlike destinations overwhelmed by mass tourism, much of Jepara still feels genuine. Local communities remain at the center of daily life. Traditional markets continue serving residents rather than becoming attractions designed only for visitors. The smiles offered to strangers are not performances, they are expressions of genuine hospitality. This authenticity is becoming increasingly rare around the world. Karimunjawa perfectly represents this balance between conservation and exploration. Its marine ecosystems are among Indonesia's greatest natural treasures. Colorful coral reefs provide shelter for countless species of fish, sea turtles, mollusks, and other marine life. Healthy mangrove forests protect coastlines from erosion while serving as nurseries for young marine animals. Seagrass meadows quietly support an entire underwater food web. Together, these ecosystems form an interconnected paradise that scientists, conservationists, and travelers all recognize as immensely valuable. Protecting this biodiversity has become one of the region's greatest responsibilities. Local communities increasingly understand that preserving nature is not only an environmental obligation, but also an economic opportunity. Healthy oceans support fisheries. Beautiful reefs attract tourism. Protected ecosystems create sustainable livelihoods for future generations. This long-term perspective reflects the same philosophy that has guided Jepara's artisans for centuries. Protect what matters today so future generations may continue benefiting tomorrow. Education plays a vital role in this vision. Schools throughout Jepara continue inspiring students with the legacy of Raden Ajeng Kartini. Her message remains just as relevant today as it was more than a century ago. Knowledge creates opportunity. Education breaks barriers. Curiosity drives progress. Equality strengthens society. These principles continue influencing young people as they prepare to build Indonesia's future. Many students grow up surrounded by creativity. Some become designers, some become engineers, some continue family carving businesses, others pursue careers in science, technology, education, tourism, or entrepreneurship. Whatever path they choose, they inherit a community that values perseverance, craftsmanship, and continuous learning. Perhaps that is Jepara's greatest lesson. Success is rarely built overnight. It is built through consistency. Generation after generation, family after family, dream after dream. Every carved panel represents thousands of careful movements. Every woven fabric reflects hours of concentration. Every successful export tells the story of countless workers contributing their individual skills toward one shared goal. This collective spirit has allowed Jepara to achieve international recognition without forgetting its local roots. In many ways, Jepara represents the very essence of Indonesia itself. A nation built upon diversity, thousands of islands, hundreds of cultures, dozens of languages, different traditions, united by shared values of resilience, cooperation, and hope. Jepara may occupy only a small corner of central Java, but its influence extends far beyond its borders. Its furniture decorates homes across continents. Its textiles inspire fashion. Its history inspires equality. Its islands inspire conservation. Its people inspire perseverance. Few places manage to contribute so much in so many different ways. And perhaps that is exactly why Jepara deserves far greater recognition on the world stage. Not because it seeks fame, but because its story reminds humanity of something increasingly important. Progress and tradition do not have to compete, they can grow together. Innovation does not require abandoning heritage. Modern success becomes even stronger when built upon cultural identity. Jepara proves that preserving the past can become the foundation for creating a better future. That is a lesson the entire world can learn from.